All right, now this is greatest common factor, also called GCF. Sometimes on a test, maybe the teacher, the SOL might ask you to find the greatest common factor. Sometimes they ask you just to find the certain factors of a number. So I'm going to show you a little both. So if you have the number 4 and someone asks you to find all the factors of 4, what you're doing is finding all the numbers that multiply to equal that number. So in this case, we know 1 and 4. 1 and whatever number it is you're working with should always be your first pair, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to work from the outside in. Because if you work this way, you know that any other number has to be bigger than 1 but smaller than 4. So because this is an even number, we know 2 can definitely go into it. So 2 times what equals 4? Well, in that case, 2 times 2. You just put the 2 right there. You don't have to put both of them. Since that's right there in the middle, we know that there's nothing left. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Okay, maybe another number we could do 6. Okay, if I want to find the factors of 6, again, I will start with 1 and the number itself, so 1 and 6. So now I know if there's any other factors, it has to be bigger than 1 but smaller than 6. Okay, this is an even number again, so again I know 2 times something will go into 6. So in this case, 2 times what equals 6? 2 times 3. All right, so again, these numbers are right next to each other. There's nothing left in between them. There's my factors of 6. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, you could also, on a test or homework or whatever, ask to find the greatest common factor of a couple numbers. So if on my homework it said find the GCF of 4 and 6, I'm looking for the biggest number they have in common. So I have a 1, 2, 4. I have a 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. In this case, the biggest number they have in common is 2. So the GCF of 4 and 6 would be 2. Okay, let me give you one more example. Now let's say maybe someone asked for the GCF of 9 and 12. Okay, I can make a little T-chart to make it a little bit easier to see. And I'll do the factors of 9. Okay, I know 1 and 9. Okay, this time this is an odd number, so 2 does not go into 9. So let me try 3. Does 3 times anything equal 9? Yes, 3 times 3 equals 9. And because it's the same number, you know there's nothing left. So your factors are 1, 3, and 9. All right, for 12, we have 1 and 12. All right, this is an even number again. So we know that 2 has to go in there. So this is going to be 2 times 6. Okay, so now if there's any other factors left, it has to be bigger than 2, but smaller than 6. So that leaves me with 3, 4, 5, and 6 as possible. 3, 4, and 5 as possible choices. So does 3 times anything equal 12? Okay, yes, 3 times 4 equals 12. There's now nothing left here in the middle, so we know these are all the factors. So for 9, I have 1, 3, and 9. For 12, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. What's the biggest number they have in common? That's going to be 3. Okay, so this is how we do common factors. Some people also call them factor rainbows because the 1 and 9 go together. 3 is by itself. 1 and 12. 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Okay, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. It's just you're finding all the numbers that multiply together to equal whatever number it is you're talking about. And that's why I want you to work from the outside in instead of just picking random numbers, because when you work from the outside in, it at least lets you know it has to be bigger than this number but smaller than that number, so that way you may not get as confused when you're trying to do it, because I know it's kind of hard sometimes, especially when you start getting with bigger numbers. Okay, so that's how we do greatest common factor, or GCF.